Hey gang, Super Hands 886 here, and this is Super Hands On. Hey gang, Super Hands 886 back with another installment of Super Hands On. Today we are going to check out the Viewmaster virtual reality headset. We're going to be doing this through our 10-point system that comprises of durability, design, comfort, the phone's latching mechanism, whether or not it supports the use of headphones without any modification, the lens quality, the focal distance and field of view, whether or not it has a magnet button, whether or not it comes with a QR code, and finally, whether or not it supports augmented reality. As for the durability of the Viewmaster, overall it's pretty good. It's made out of hard plastic, with the exception of the light shield, which is made out of a thick and relatively rigid rubber, but is somewhat flexible. So overall, it is pretty durable, with the exception of this little latch on the top. I accidentally bumped this switch a few times while I was testing these out, and it did pop open, which made the shield fall down. If I can get a good view on that, I don't know if I can, but it has these little teeny tiny tabs that hold it in place that are without a doubt going to wear down very, very quickly. So overall, it is relatively durable. When it comes to the design, personally, I was really disappointed. A coworker of mine let me borrow these. When he offered to do so, he said he was going to be bringing in his Viewmaster headset. I expected for them to look just like the Viewmaster from my childhood back in the 1980s, where you could put the little disc down in the top and view stereoscopic images with a nice orange lever on the side. I mean, this does have a little orange thing, but it really doesn't look the same. And why on earth are you going to call it a Viewmaster if you're not going to make it look like a Viewmaster? Not only that, but really this latch is really a piss poor design. This light shield, it doesn't really even block out light very well. And because of that, I would have been much, much happier with these if it had the old binocular shaped design to it instead of having this light shield. It seems like it would have been a much better design, especially if you're going to put the Viewmaster name on it. So I really wasn't pleased with the design of them. When it comes to the comfort, they're really not comfortable. You're not going to be watching movies with this because it has no head strap, so you're not going to be able to wear it. You got to hold it the whole time, which also means you're not going to be playing games for very long. And because of that, there really wasn't a whole lot of thought that was put into the comfort factor. This light shield appears as though it's ergonomically designed, but once you get it against your face, you begin to realize very, very quickly it's not. It's definitely not a comfortable headset. It feels a lot more like a toy in many, many ways. The latching mechanism for the phone, as I said before, this top latch for the shield is not that great. However, for the phone itself, it's got one of these great spring-loaded trays. This supports up to a 6-inch screen. The spring-loaded tray also has a little line in the center for lining up your VR content on your phone screen, which is absolutely fantastic. That's a must-have. It does not support the use of headphones without any modification, as there are no ports on either side of the headset. There's also no port on the top, no port on the bottom, meaning if you pick up a set and you want to use headphones, you are going to be drilling a hole into these, which is a bummer. The lens quality is subpar. You get a relatively decent picture through them, but they look like in the toy binocular lenses, which I wouldn't doubt if that's exactly what they were. They're very, very small. They're made out of plastic. They're not very spun very well. Like I said, you get a relatively decent image, but overall the lens quality is pretty crummy. The focal distance is bad. It's very bad. You can't adjust it at all. There's no knobs, there's no levers, there's no nothing. Which the problem with that is that you can't fit these over top of glasses at all. So if you have poor vision and you're looking through here and it's blurry, it's just too bad. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do to be able to correct that. So you are absolutely shit out of luck. The field of view is horrendous. I have a Nexus 5, which is a 5-inch screen. It's not really that big of a phone. And because the lenses are such a small diameter, you can't see the top of the screen, you can't see the bottom of the screen, and even the left and right side are cut off to a bit. So it's not immersive at all. It really doesn't even feel like virtual reality. It feels much more like a cheesy 3D experience, which is not what we're looking for when it comes to the virtual reality headsets. It doesn't have a magnet switch per se, but it does have this little lever on the side that has this little button that pops out when you pull down on it that touches your phone screen, and it works in nearly the same exact way. So technically it has a magnet switch, which is cool because I was able to try out a lot of VR content that I haven't tried out on other headsets because I've been testing out some that do not have magnet switches. Although because of the poor viewing quality of this, it was definitely a very diminished experience. It does have a QR code. I don't know if you saw the first time I opened that there, a sticker with the QR code on it. I tried Google Cardboard both before and after I scanned the QR code, and I didn't really notice a difference at all in quality. However, it does have a QR code, and that's what the category is, so we'll go ahead and give it a point for that. And finally, as for augmented reality, technically it's possible. There are open areas here where your phone's camera could look through, but this front shield is tinted, so it would be a pretty lousy augmented reality experience. It's almost like a pair of sunglasses, which is definitely not optimal for that particular experience. So even though it's technically possible, you really wouldn't want to do it, so we'll go ahead and give it a half a point in that category. So overall, we're going to give this a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 out of 10. I personally just wouldn't recommend this headset. I really wouldn't, unless you could find it for $5 and you wanted something to pass around at a party that you wouldn't have to worry about getting broken. Really, it just, the overall experience with it was pretty lousy, and it's not something that I would recommend. As always, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you check back every couple of days because we're going to be posting a lot more review videos. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time.